Greetings everybody and welcome to Madrid Ball. Hope you all are safe and sound. Today in this video we will do the match preview of the mega encounter in the Champions League. Real Madrid will be hosting Inter Milan and I have some news and some analysis for you Madridistas. So let's get started. First, let's have a look at the group table. We have Real Madrid with just 1 point, then we have Inter and Mönchengladbach with 2, and surprisingly enough, we have Shakhtar leading the table with 4 points. And who would have thought this would be the scenario after 2 match days? But Madridistas, we still have a long way to go. We have few of our key players returning, and we shall expect Real Madrid to turn things around. But speaking about Real Madrid's previous encounter, as you know, I didn't have a chance to speak on it. We got a really important point against Mönchengladbach last time round. We went 2 goals down before the 60th minute, and it was frustrating, but in the end, Real fought right down to the wire, and Benzema and Casemiro in the end salvaged a point for Real Madrid. The draw actually felt like a victory, and that is no compliment for Real Madrid, but I was just wondering, the way Real Madrid played towards the last 20-25 minutes, it was brilliant. I don't know about you, but the way Real were playing, it felt like they were going to get an equalizer late on once they got the first goal, and thankfully, that is exactly what happened. But again, if a team is capable of playing so well in a crisis situation, why not play with the same intensity and the same rhythm right from the beginning and avoid getting into that crisis situation? I think this is Real Madrid's biggest flaw this season. The players are not turned on from the first minute barring the El Clasico, especially against smaller teams. We saw that in the game against Huesca as well. We were not playing in unison until the goal of Hazard turned things around. We saw the lack of intensity against Shakhtar and in the league as well. This is the pattern that we have to get rid of, and it is an issue Zidane absolutely has to address. He has to find out a way to overcome this issue. It is the manager's responsibility to take care of it. Try and use some different words in the team talks to get the players turned on right from the first minute of the game. It is a difficult task, especially when the core of the team has won so much. But Zidane has to put forward those fresh ideas and demand a response from the players. Now coming to our opposition Inter Milan, it would be fair to say they haven't had the start that they would have desired this season. They are 6th in Serie A at the moment and are trailing the leaders AC Milan by 5 points. Zlatan Ibrahimovic has really turned things around for AC Milan. What he is doing at the age of 39 is just astonishing. But coming back to Inter, if we have a look at their form in the last 5 matches in the league, they had 2 wins, 2 draws and 1 loss. Pretty inconsistent. And in the Champions League as well, they only managed 2 draws. Against Shakhtar, they played a stalemate, a 0-0 draw, and against Mönchengladbach, they needed the late heroics of Romelu Lukaku to get a late equalizer. Now the problem for Inter is that they will not have Lukaku, the main man against Real Madrid. Lukaku had suffered a muscle injury against Shakhtar and hence will not be travelling with the team to Madrid. So that is a major blow for Inter. Would be interesting to see whom they choose to replace him for the match. Moving on, this is a very big match for both the sides. Inter were knocked out of the group stage last season. The drama went on to the last match in the group, but in the end, they failed to secure qualification from the group last time round and hence were dumped to the Europa League. So this season, the board, the fans of Inter demand that the team at least go past the group stage, and I think they have the manager, the players, they made some good addition in the transfer window. Ideally, they have enough ammunition to at least go past the group stage. So these 2 back-to-back matches that Inter have against Real Madrid, they would be hoping to get at least 1 good result out of the 2 matches. And both Real Madrid and Inter need Mönchengladbach and Shakhtar to play out a draw. If Shakhtar can get a victory in the match, they will stretch the lead at the top of the table and the chances of seeing an upset in the group will increase significantly. So there is no denying this is a very important match. Both teams need to get their first victory in the Champions League campaign this season and I expect it to be a close encounter. Now coming to the team news, the squad list for the match against Inter is out and as you can see, we will be without Eder Militao in the defense. But the good news here is that Lucas Vasquez has been included. We need him to perform in the similar way in the right back position as he has been performing in the past few matches. After a very long while, Mariano has also returned to the squad list, giving more options to Zidane up front. Odegaard still hasn't managed to get the appropriate fitness levels for this match, and hence he misses out. Rafael Varane spoke to the media this time in the pre-match interview, and in the press conference he said, "This is a very difficult match and we are playing a strong opponent. We have to win and we are motivated. We have to give our all. We like the matches with pressure. This is a different situation to what we are used to. We have to view this like a direct elimination. We have the squad to take on any challenge. Varane was also asked about the impact of Ramos in defense. He replied, "As a defender, I always feel more comfortable when we defend with less spaces and when we are more compact. When we don't defend as well, I have to make more complicated decisions at the back. It's true that the last few results without Sergio in the Champions League haven't been good. I think the character he has is very good for the team, but it's a matter for everyone. My qualities complement Sergio's very well. I think I make him better, and he makes me better." Now, we have discussed how important both Ramos and Casemiro are for our defense, so we will not go further into those comments. But one former Real Madrid player who will be returning to Madrid is Achraf Hakimi. He will face Real Madrid for the first time since his departure to Inter Milan in the summer. It would be a special moment for him. He made the decision to leave for Inter as he didn't want to be a backup for Carvajal. So even he would be looking to leave a good impression in the match, and he is a major threat that Real will have to deal with. He likes going forward and going up and down the right flank. He's a threat that we will have to neutralize, and hence I expect Mendy to start and provide the defensive solidity to deal with Hakimi. Coming to the match predictions, firstly, the lineup, I think we will have Mendy, Ramos, Varane and Lucas Vasquez in defense. In the midfield, we may see Cruz, Casemiro and Valverde. Cruz was given rest against Huesca. He only played the final few minutes. Also, Modric was played for the entire 90 minutes, and hence I think this will be the midfield. And in attack, we shall see Hazard and Benzema, of course, but I am a bit unsure about whom Zidane will use in the right wing. Asensio hasn't provided much in attack in the past few matches, and Rodrygo played a nice cameo of the other day, setting up Benzema towards the end. Rodrygo in the starting lineup is very much possible. Or can we see Real Madrid go with the diamond midfield where Isco plays at the tip of the diamond with Hazard and Benzema ahead of him? That is one possibility as well, so we have to wait and see what lineup Zidane goes with. But surely it's going to be a tactical battle, and I just hope we can come out of this encounter as the victors. Lastly, the match predictions. I expect this to be a cagey match. Inter will be wary that they soon will have to face Real at their home ground, and hence I expect them to be a bit defensive and try and hit Real on the counter. And that is not really a bad tactic, as we have seen a number of teams have used it to overcome Real Madrid this season. But still, I think with the return of Hazard and the players that we have, we will do enough to edge past Inter. So I predict Real Madrid 2, Inter 1, a narrow victory for the Los Blancos. So that is all we have here in this video. Hope you liked it. Let me know your match predictions and your expectations from the match right in the comment section below. If you like my content, do leave a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button on the way out. I will see you soon. Till then, stay safe, glory to Madrid, and as always, Hala Madrid. Yeah.